Look lively, mate.
How's it going, guys? We're over here back with another episode of Ark, episode 3. So in this episode we're gonna be trying to do quite a bit of things. So it's gonna be a slightly longer episode. As I hop in here just to play around with my little reindeer. Look how cool it looks, man. And it's pretty fast as well. Very nimble. If you want to get to places pretty quickly on the ground, you can do that. We also managed to tame up a ankylo. It tamed up at 214. Unfortunately, I didn't record when I was tranking it, but you know the process by now. Trank it, knock it out, and it's very slow, so it's very easy to get down. And yeah, brought it back home. Yeah, we heading out to get some metal with my Maywing. You know, the usual mountain that we usually go on. Have to check for danger before you start any digging. But yeah, we got a quite decent amount. As you can see, there's a lot of things there on top going crazy with a little bit of lag. But yeah, we've got enough metal for us to get our. I think we wanted to make Bronto saddles at the time, and then we didn't have enough metal for everything to do everything at once. So yeah, just heading back home with our metal. I started smelting it as soon as I got back, so that we can get the metal going. We got a decent amount. Get some wood so that the fire doesn't go out as well. Very decent. Then we went out to look for some crystal. Now crystal on this map is not the easiest thing to come by unless you're in the dangerous zone. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called the Rockwell zone. That's where you find the most crystal deposits. Otherwise you can get them in rewards and doing missions. But on our way there we found I kind of saw a decent looking color on a pterodon. Now I don't particularly need a pterodon, but I mean, the colors look so great. Look at how fiery it looks. So I said, okay, might as well while we're here. And it's only level 85 as well. So, but yeah, let's just get it down, man. So we do bowler it down, and then obviously, you know, with the knockout process from there. We do manage to knock it down. Then it's just a matter of getting meat, you know, go find sheep, or overs in this game as they call it, and get that meat for it. And then we just put it into his inventory, and this was like one of the quickest tames ever. It didn't even take long. So as I put the meat in, I just had to wait maybe a few seconds. I don't think it was even less than a minute, and sure enough, I even just waited for it. I just watched it while it was taming, because there was no point, because we were going very fast, so I didn't want to come back here. And it does tame up. And this is gonna be the first creature that I name, and I decided to name it Fireball, just because of how fiery it looks. And you know, pterodons does have that spinning attack, so it can happen that it looks like a fireball. As I'm trying to pick up this drop, some fool, while I was looking at the things, took the drop. It was so annoying. I'm just standing there flabbergasted as he flies away, the buffoon, with my goods. I saw an extended pistol in there. It's so annoying. Anyway, we get back home. Now the metal has smelted. We are able to build the Bronto saddle. At long last, we are able to ride our Bronto, which is great because Brontos are very, very good berry gatherers. There's something outside our base busy making nonsense. We equipped the Bronto saddle. We also managed to make a pterodon saddle, which we put on Fireball. Excellent. And his weight is very trash, so we just decided to boost that up, because if you're gonna ride it, we need more weight on that. We take our Bronto for a spin just to see how well its gathering methods are. Now obviously, one swing, look at that, thousands of berries, thousands. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. So we just carry on. I accidentally hit a trike. I didn't even realize it, you know that. As I was busy cleaning out my inventory, I just felt something attacking me. You know, wondering what the hell is that? What the hell is that thing? So I just started swinging my tail. So the trike got stuck underneath me. So I still couldn't see it for some odd reason during this period. I'm just attacking. I'm wondering what the hell is going on. Is it an insect or what? but the insect would have been dead by now. Then I see the kill, it's a triceratops. But anyway, as you can see how much berries we got so many knuckle berries from just that few minutes. Not even a few minutes, like two, like, yeah, let's say 2 minutes. So it is a few minutes, and we go, obviously, you know the drill, make some more narcotics. So I decided to take Fireball on my excursion that I'm going to, for where we're going to look for crystals. So yeah, it was a good thing to try it out and just see how fast they are, because it's been a while since I've been on a pterodon. We do eventually find the crystal, and unfortunately, what I come to realize is that Fireball will not have enough weight to carry me and the crystals. So I wanted to take only a few, but I needed a lot. So, but anyway, I made my first spy glasses. Yeah, I made a few because I don't want to run out in case I die, and I don't have crystals. I don't want to be making more of them. So yeah, as you can see, Fireball couldn't take off, and unfortunately, that's where Fireball's story ends, because I decided to whistle him on follow, and I was flying too fast, and then I ended up losing him. Now I don't know where he is. Anyway, we get our Ankylosero on him, and then we decide to boost his weight as well, just to get it to maximum, because we wanted to carry as much metal as possible. I decided to have a little fun with my rhino, bullying this stupid creature that likes to knock us off. And as you can see, this rhino is super strong, because these things are very tanky. And as you can see from here, a level 130, I think this was a 130, yeah, a 130, and the rhino takes care of it. We will go look for an RG, and luckily it gets stuck in a nice, very nice spot where it won't get killed and stuff, and we knock it out. You know the drill, get us some meat. So obviously now I go back to my house, get a Maywing, and we look for a sheep, which is not too difficult on this map. Knock out the sheep, get us some meat, get back to our bird, put the meat in the bird. Easiest tame. Is this easier than the pterodon? I doubt it, but yeah, it was also very easy tame. Waited for it, it didn't even take long. There we go, it tamed at 29. It's a very low level, and that's especially for a weight bird. We take it back home just to drop it off. It was the color that attracted me, man. I was very tempted to name it Fireball as well. we ended up putting the saddle, maybe Fireball .2 would have been a great name. Yeah, we got the saddle anyway. Now we're able to take off, to fly around a little bit. Then we decided to kill this creature here, just so we can level up a little bit more, so we can boost that weight, because we're gonna be using this bird to take creatures to far places for mining, man. That's what we need to do now. So yeah, we need that weight as high as possible. So yeah, after a little bit of weight training, we decided to take the Ankylo to go mine some stones. As you can see, the bird can pick it up, can pick up the Ankylo, and then we are off to the mountain. You know what mountain we're going to, our usual spot. And Ankylos have this ability to get more metal than what we can with a pick. So this will save us a lot of trouble, basically. So yeah, we just hit the rocks, and as you can see, 228 metal. I don't know what is that, a Rex or what. It was way too fast to be a Rex, but it drops in. So I panic. I said to take my Ankylo out of here. Yeah, but then a raptor attacked us while I was trying to take off. I'm like, okay, no, let's just move over a little bit, let things cool off. But these stupid raptors decided to follow us while we were there. But my bird, so I decided just to attack with my bird. But Ankylo's also helping, and it's a high level, so it's got a lot of attack. So we made short work of these raptors, man. Very, very easy. I was actually shocked that my bird was very capable to take out level 90 and level 100 raptor. That's very good. So I had more faith in my bird. We carried on mining, and as you can see, You must make sure to throw out all the stones as well. Don't want to carry stone, it just weighs you down. All you want to do is carry the metal. Yeah, so it's going very well. I just wanted to do a test to see if my bird can still be able to carry my ankilo at this stage, because the bird carries all that weight of the ankilo as well. So I saw everything is fine. Get a little bit of obsidian, carry on mining some metal. Unfortunately, I ended up hitting a stego next to us, so it was aggro, and I decided to run away. As you can see, this thing is very slow, and somehow the stego manages to catch up to us and hit us. Our bird starts going crazy trying to attack the stego. I put it on passive so that it doesn't get killed, because the stego can easily kill my bird, but luckily they lost aggro pretty quick. And then we just went to fetch our bird and fetched our ankilo, and then it's time to head on home in the nebula while the sky is looking great. We get to our base. Now it's time to start smelting this metal. We put it all in our what is this thing called? Yeah, refining forge. And yeah, we start smelting. I get interested in looking for a better bird, so I went back. I spot another red one, but that is an 85, but I want one over level 100. So I spot a 140. Obviously our spyglass is very finicky. It's very sensitive in this compared to the console. It's very difficult to control, but anyway, on a controller, I think on a mouse will be better. But yeah, eventually we do see that it is a 140. So you know what time it is, start shooting it. So we let it follow us because there was a trap nearby that somebody left open for public use. So I just lowered it into that trap, and then I have to, obviously once it gets in, I have to close the doors and then run outside and then start shooting it from the outside. How amazing is that? Easiest trap, easiest catch you can ever get. So obviously now it's just the normal process of getting it down. But unfortunately, while I was shooting it, I noticed that its health was very low. So I had to take it very easy. I had to wait for each shot to reach the maximum torpor before I shot the next arrow. Because before that, I was just shooting it one way. But now I had to wait, space it out a little bit. So the bird, falls, we go collect some meat. Bring it back to the bird, and the bird starts taming. Now what had happened here now is the game crashed. I think the server, I don't know what happened while I was running around waiting for the bird to tame. The server rolled back. Yeah, that's what tends to happen often when in this game, because I don't know, there's lots of cheaters or whatever, I don't know, on official servers. Anyway, we decided we're gonna start taming up this Textego over here, man. It looks okay, that nice colors and everything. As you can see from a vantage point, it cannot get to me. We eventually do get it to run after like I forgot how many arrows I used on this thing, but it was a lot though. Yeah, because it's a very high level as well. So yeah, it took me a while, but eventually we do get it in some corner in a very nice spot, and eventually it does go down. Textego ready for action, man. Obviously now we have to start doing the taming process. 162 is the level. Crazy. And look at those stats, absolutely phenomenal. I don't know what I'm gonna use a stego for, but I'm sure there's something I'll use it for end game. We use our ankilo to get some flint. That's another ability this thing has. And then we bring some berries to the stego, and then make sure that it does not get up again. So we put a lot of narcotics into it. And yeah, now we're checking out the fishing basket that we will need to tame a Shadowmane. That's the main goal of this episode, to tame a Shadowmane. Now it needs fungal wood, and unfortunately it can only be taken from the Rockwell area, which is a very dangerous zone. So I had a lot to think about, like how am I gonna do this. My first time going there, so I start my preparations, making bullets, making more trank arrows, making a gun. I got a gun now, ready for action. And yeah, as we're just preparing, and we decided we're gonna use our bird because of the weight capacity. It's gonna make it easier for us to carry everything. So we built some materials. We use our Dodicarus because we need to actually build a trap. But first, yeah, so this is another trick. If you got an RG, you can just fly around with your Dodicarus and fly close to rocks, and to do the rock mining for you. I mean, look at the results this thing yields in just a few seconds. So much stone, so much more than you can do by hand. We also decided to go get some wood. While we at it, then this fool decided to block me while I was coming out of my crib, so I had to just punch my way out. And we had a wild overs in our crib, so we locked it in case I ever need meat. I'm gonna use it. And then we started building our trap. Now this is a trap that I saw on YouTube, from a YouTuber called Nublet. Nublet is one of my favorite content creators, and he showed us how to create a Shadowmane trap, which will make our lives a lot easier than chasing them down, and they get distracted by everything. So yeah, we need to actually trap it in order for it to be successful, easily to be successful. So yeah, more preparations. We got our trap stuff ready. We're just making some trank arrows in case I spot anything else that I would like to tame over there. Yeah, some trank arrows will make our lives a lot easier. They're more effective than narco arrows, I believe, but yeah, I'm thinking I still prefer narco arrows over trank darts, speaking from past experience. But anyway, we decided that since we got the materials, we're gonna do that, and then we are off to the new region that to the places we've never been, and we have to pass the space area. Look how cool that area looks, man. It's like the space between the ship, like if you're going to the next to the other side of the ship, I believe. I'm not sure if it's two separate ships or it's one ship, and this is inside the ship. It's crazy. But anyway, there's 0G on this area. Oh, I don't know, it's in space, so I don't know I don't know how the ship works. But anyway, I spotted while I'm here, I'm just decided to collect some elemental dust. Yeah, because I got that engram that allows me to make some shards and some elemental some element. I think it's yeah. So it was just a way of me experiencing this area while I'm here. This void worm, luckily it was a player's void worm, because I heard they're very dangerous, so I don't want to run into one at this early stage of my gameplay. Get back to my bird, and then yeah, we're making that unstable element shard, which will allow us to make some unstable element, and eventually we are off again, off to the beyond, to go to the new area. I don't know what was happening here. The bird didn't want to take off, but eventually we do take off, and we are on our way. Now this new area is very, very strange, to say the least. As you can see, discoloration, everything looks rotten, everything looks, yeah, all sorts of it's vibrant colors though, but yeah. And from what I heard, this place is also very, very dangerous, as I've mentioned before countless of times, the reason why I didn't want to come here in the first place. But anyway, we're here for fungal wood. We test out this tree right here, and sure enough, it does give us the fungal wood we need. Now we are overburdened, so we decided just to throw the fungal wood out a little bit, so that we can at least get to our bird. And then from there, we decide to start making, yeah, clear out some wood. We decided that we're gonna start making some fishing baskets, because that's what the whole point of this fungal wood was all about. And sure enough, we got all the materials necessary to make those fishing baskets. So we decided we're not gonna stick around in this area, right? Because this area is very dangerous. So after making our fishing baskets, we decided we're gonna go back to the good area where we decided we're gonna get our fish from. So so it's much easier to get fish here. So you see I put a fish trap down. Now I have to get a fish. I have to lure a fish to get there. So fish that is that have aggression, I just punch them, and then they follow me, and when they get close, trap them. Easy as that. So after getting a few fish, we go back to the dangerous area, and sure enough, there's some things happening in the background. I go in the water and I hear the music turn on, and I look to my left, and there it is. There it is, a dangerous creature. But luckily I get onto my bird and I attack it, man. Now these things can bite you off the bird, so you must make sure there doesn't even like you have your pike ready when it does that. But like we had an axe, so yeah, it was no problem. Capro, that's what they call. Killed it with ease. Then we're like, okay, no more. Let's just get straight to the point of what we're trying to achieve here. I find some Shadowmanes around the area, so I decided I'm gonna build here. We start off building off the trap. Unfortunately, I was dumb enough to build it on an uneven ground, so I had to build the stairs the wrong way around, because the Shadowmanes will be coming from the opposite, not the opposite side, but from the side that we're looking, the direction we're looking in. So I would have to bring them around, make the curve, but that's how the trap looks. I will put a link in the description of where I got the idea from, and you can go check it out. But I use single door frames. I was supposed to use double door frames, so I don't know if that had any impact on this taming, but you're supposed to use double door frame, double door frames. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, so we decided to go catch some more fish. But as you can see, this piranha, an idiot, he decides to jump onto land and kills himself. Very annoying. So yeah, I decided to get a spot to park my bird while I go and lure one of these Shadowmanes, because yeah, I don't want my bird to die or anything, so, and it'll be much easier as well. So so now we start off with our process. We start looking for a Shadowmane. We spot a 85 and a 130, but then we decided to take the 90. There was a level 90 there as well, so we decided to lure that one into the trap, because that will be our best chance. We definitely do not have enough fish, so we need to get this level 90 in there, because definitely a 130 will be out without a doubt out of our capabilities at the moment. Yeah, so this is the most irritating thing ever, trying to get a Shadowmane in this small box. It was, well, it is the worst thing that you can ever do in Ark. So this thing gets trapped, it gets stuck trying to bite the trap, but obviously it's made of stone, so not a lot of creatures can break stone. I decided to make some beds, because as you can see from my health, it's getting very low trying to lure this thing. So I start worrying that I'm gonna die, so I decided to put a safety net, so I don't have to come back all the way from my base. Now this thing is being janky, getting stuck on the stairs and going back and forth. So I'm like, okay, let me go down to get it, and
really?
It does.
You gotta let a thing like that do you in?
Which is terrible, and Helena is making jokes here. Shadowmanes are dangerous, Helena. Then it went invisible. So I'm like, okay, it's gone invisible. Let me go get my stuff while it's doing its thing, because it does, when it comes back in from invisibility, then it becomes aggressive. So I was like, okay, never mind that, let me get my stuff. While I was getting my stuff, the thing totally disappeared. There's no way it could have moved far away. It must have despawned. I went to go look for it. It was nowhere to be seen. So I'm like, okay, it's fine, nothing to worry about. Let's just go get another one. So we got the 85, we aggroed it, chasing us. I jump in the trap, and it's not behind me. Where is this creature? Okay, go back out, it's invisible. Wait for it to become visible again. I wanted to say uninvisible, and it attacks as soon as it becomes visible. So it stuns you a little bit. While I was stunned, I eventually managed to run, and it does attack me through the trap. So I'm like, okay, no, this thing is still not trapped, it's still outside. Let me go and they hover over the trap so they can jump in, but it's not doing the jumping thing. So I land on the floor and I see that it's actually stuck in the wall. But anyway, our fish is running out of health. I go and rejuvenate them. If you put them in your hot bar, you can rejuvenate the fish in the fish basket. So I'm thinking, okay, it's trapped. Let's move to the away from render distance so that it can lose aggro. So it does lose aggro, but it's still in an awkward position. It's not sleeping or anything. And then look who we spot. That guy, that same guy from the other episode that was busy attacking thorny dragons near our base. He's here again, doing the same thing. And I'm like, this guy, is he following me or what? What are the chances of me meeting up to this guy doing the same nonsense he was doing before? It's the weirdest thing ever. So I just decided to check his name out in case he decides to do some weird stuff so I can shout him in the chat. Yeah, so, but luckily for me, after he was done with his thorny dragon business, he left. He never bothered me. So I went to go get some more fish because I knew the fish that I had was not going to be enough. And it's hard to catch fish in this area, but it's the worst. So that Shadowmane is looking rather weird, so I decided to take a closer look. But while taking a closer look, I hear footsteps. I could have been a Rex or anything, so I decided to fly up, and it's a Reaper King. And then after I'm checking, it's a full on it's a rider trying to scare me. I don't know what he was up to, the idiot. But anyway, he leaves. I thought it was also gonna cause problems for me, but I noticed this thing is not gonna be able to be tamed this way, so I decided to release it so that I can try and trap it again. So once it gets out, it does its own thing. It goes and attacks other creatures there. Just looked at it for a little bit, but yeah, we finally found ourselves a what's the name, a beetle, a dung beetle. So we decided to tame that up. It uses poop, so all you have to do is poop in the last inventory slot, and then once it's hungry and it says it's time to feed it, and you just feed it, and then dang, you got yourself a dung beetle. This thing is crazy. So obviously you have to put it on passive so it doesn't run around when you get attacked or anything like that. It must stay put so that I can grab it whenever something happens to it. So yeah, also make sure that it's not following you, because it'll follow me right into the Shadowmane's mouth. So we'll also stop there, and yeah, just like that we can pick it up, just like that. And then now we decided to keep it on a safe spot. Yeah, exactly where our bird was sitting. So we're just gonna keep it there while we try and get this Shadowmane business going, because now it's becoming very, very annoying. I've been here for at least 2 hours trying to tame a Shadowmane, and I was very unprepared. And at least we got a dung beetle. That's a great outcome of this. But yeah, once we look down there, that's our new trap. We rebuilt it. Looks great. So we decided to kill everything around the trap. We don't want to have problems this time around. We had enough. We get a Shadowmane close to the trap. Look what it's doing. It's stuck on the stairs again, doing a weird thing, doing a weird saucer dance. And eventually it just decides that it's not gonna go in. Like it disappeared. But we do eventually get another one trapped properly this time at 1:30. But unfortunately, everything that could go wrong went wrong. We ran out of fish while trying to tame it. It got to about 54 taming effectiveness. I don't know where that footage is, but yeah. And then we ran out of fish, and then some of the fish were too small. I never knew that was a thing. There were 0.3 fish. They said it was too small to feed it. So like 2 of my fish were ineffective. It was just a mess. So we ended up not being able to tame up a Shadowmane in this episode. But hopefully in the next episode, because I haven't played ever since, we can hopefully we can try and get something. So after this, I just bought some more fishing baskets, and yeah, took the dung beetle home, and we'll try again at a later stage, because this whole collecting fish and trapping this thing is the worst. But anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, leave a like and subscribe. Until next time, Tricky Rover out. Peace.